talked about StarTimes and the relationship between NTA and StarTimes.
What have you blocked the registration of StarTime with NBC?
With
NBC.
NBC blocked?
Yes.
Blocked.
Why have you not allowed StarTime to be registered with the National Broadcasting Commission?
StarTimes is registered with the National Broadcasting Commission.
No.
I don't know about that.
No.
Because when StarTimes came in,
They are not registered. I'm telling you for free. And we're told NTA is responsible. Was responsible.
I think I have to investigate that. I'll have to check that.
Yes, go check that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Go ahead.
So StarTimes is service provider just like DSTV, and StarTimes and NTA have a joint venture collaboration.
Agreement.
Yes.
Okay. And what is the content of that joint venture? What's the ratio? Share of profit? What's the ratio?
I think it was
Who gets 70, who gets 30?
70 for StarTimes, 30 for NTA.
Is the 30% part of this revenue?
No.
It's not declared. So that's below the line account. Continue. We'll come back to that.
So that is let's find this question. I hope I've been able to answer it. Like I said, I will answer the question as best I can.
Right.
I don't think there's any other question left on my side. Most of what NTA gets from StarTimes, for example, when the agreement was signed, StarTimes was to give NTA, they made it possible for NTA to embark on the operation of multi-channels. We have NTA Parliament, DG.
Please, I've not asked my own question. My questions are here. For this, you are telling us you are not disclosing all the revenue accruing to NTA in this document. I stand to be corrected. Irrespective of what that money will be used for, the fourth point of call is for you to declare this revenue in this document. So, this revenue you have declared to us here is not the true position of revenue accruing to NTA. Because what accrues to StarTime as revenue, less the expenditure, and by the time we bring what comes to NTA, 30% net of expenditure to you, and then we run to several millions and billions of naira in a year. And it's very popular. Happening. And the revenue are not disclosed in this document. Irrespective of what you are using it for, irrespective of how many the parliament, anything that you have, the first point of call is your document. There is no below the line account. Because if you are silent on the revenue accrued from StarTime, that means you are operating below the line account in NTA, which is not known to the government, which is not supposed to be. Because the platform which you have entered the joint venture agreement with StarTime is government platform. And any revenue accruing to you must be disclosed. Must be disclosed. And we are starting from there. We are starting from there now because we need to know when you enter the joint venture agreement with StarTime, how many years ago, how much has accrued to NTA before you now give us what that money is used for. And as far as we are concerned, any expenditure not contained in this document that's solely known to NTA is an hidden expenditure and is a fraud. I stand to be corrected. Any expenditure, because we ask you, give us the statement of your income and expenditure and what is declared. And we are going to declare, to do it. And you have other sources of revenue that are close to you. So once you have, you need to declare to us. Agencies have appeared before us here. NCA, they show us the revenue and they show us the below the line account. But you cannot. I'm sorry to say that It has to come to this. Because we are looking at other options. I'll come to you. We are looking at other options to all revenue generating agencies. That all revenue accruing to you should go to consolidated revenue fund going forward. And we only give you cost of collection. I think this will put a stop to wastages in the system and the frivolous expenditure which we are seeing. And this is one area the National Assembly should start looking towards to put a stop to this. All revenues that you generate as a revenue generating agency should go into the consolidated revenue fund account. We treat you like what we treat FIRS. After the collection of all this, we give you cost of collection. Number one, we will shore up the revenue of the government. Number two, we will block wastages in the system to the barest minimum. And that is the area in which we are looking at. So, going forward, you need to tell us how much was generated with the joint venture agreement before you come even into the expenditure. The expenditure is not known to us, it's only known to UNT. So that's another issue entirely. Number two, your revenue. I know will be along certain lines. How much do you even get from production on a yearly basis? Commercial activities, how much do you realize? Documentaries, how much do you realize? Advert, which is commercial, how much do you realize? And see, there's a question here. Which satellite are you using? We need to know. It's not enough for you to come, give us a certain figure as revenue. We want to treat this head per head. I know for this program we are doing, I paid NTA 1,078,000 for the adverts. 1,078,000 because it was clear that NTA will not do credit. As even at National Assembly, they say they will not do credit. So I have to pay for the advert of this program we are doing. So if I'm not being allowed to pay credit and I pay full amount, and we are still at this level, I stand to be corrected. Also, okay, the Fiscal Responsibility Act clearly states that it is 80% of your operational surplus. 80%. I don't know where the 25% come from. And when my colleague raised this issue, that we are declaring surplus, I don't know where the surplus come from. I just want a situation whereby you show me that this is where the surplus come from. Because before you even said you have anything, this surplus must have been added to whatever you have before. When we take our 80%, then you can say you have anything left. So if there's any of this surplus, this money belongs to Consolidated Revenue Fund accounts. And it should be taken away immediately. Because it is excess of income over expenditure that either be operational surplus or operational deficit. And it is 80% of that. That is the Fiscal Responsibility Act that the federal government should take. So if you are giving federal government 811,000 and you are having a surplus of 1.something billion, who is giving who? Haven't funded you 100%? Giving you subvention? And you still generate revenue, all you can return to us is the lower of the two. The operational surplus is the excess. It is after deduction of that excess before you now have a balance. That is what the Fiscal Responsibility Act says. Except there is another law which you have invented. Again, I have talked about cost of collection. We should start looking towards that. All revenues, we are not going to allow this. For instance, FIRS doesn't do anything. They only collect revenue, and they collect 4% of it. From there, they pay their salary, they run their recurrent, and at the same time, they do. And because they know that if you collect less, they will give them less. They go all out, and therefore, they increase the government revenue. We want to give all of you the same thing. We don't even need to tell anybody to go and do target. Once you know that if you don't collect more, you will collect less, then you will go for more. That's the it's a permanent solution. All this will come here every day, now and then. We will, because by the time you go,
you know that this year, if I don't eat 2 billion or 3 billion, and which 1% or 4% of it, you know how much it comes into? Abba. And there will be no living fat or anybody doing any unnecessary expenditure. So we start looking towards that area. Now, again, the debt profile. You said we are bringing it 11 o'clock on Monday. We want to see. You need one in the debt profile. You must give us the following: the name of the debtors, the date of which debt was incurred, amount that was incurred, and who gave approval for that debt to be incurred. You must give us in a tabular form. Because the idea that agency is owing me this, agency is owing me that, agency is not, we cannot continue to live in that mistake. We must get the document. It must be elaborate enough, and we will publish it. So that everybody start knowing that it's a lie, I'm not owing. It's just I'm owing, and they start paying. I've told you, you get us the name, you get us the agency, you get us the amount, you give us the dates, and those who give the approval for the debt to be incurred. People have to start taking responsibility. If you give authorization for somebody to go ahead and do something on credit, you must bring back the money. So we need that in a tabular form to be given to us. Lastly, while we leave, I want to know which services do you give free of charge? Because you said along the line there are some things you have to do free because of this. No, we want to know the list of services that as NTA you do free of charge. You have to give us that list. You have to give us that list. As one of my colleagues said here, what you generate as revenue here, Channels TV alone, we generate 10 times this amount, if not more. So for us to allow you to compete with Channels TV and do all these things, I think will result to cost of collections. And from there, you pay your staff salary, you run this thing, you do everything, and then everything will go full blown. So, DG, I need explanation to all this I've asked you. Please go ahead and answer.
When this issue of commercialization was mooted in 1992-93, 5 necessities were supposed to have been put in place, out of which only one, which in my own estimation was the least important, was put in place. So, to that extent, I will, in my own opinion, say NTA is not even partially commercialized. Because if out of 5 necessities, only one, the least important, is put in place, we cannot call NTA even partially commercialized, in my own estimation. Because the most important necessity were never put in place. Then the issue of debtors, I did say I was not prepared to make a commitment which I cannot substantiate. I know we are in old money, but right now, I don't make a commitment which might later prove wrong. I have to go back, take a look at the books, have those directly involved, furnish me with the necessary information so that I can easily distinguish committees, the facts that they are. Making any commitment now might lead to a situation where I might mislead the committee. I honestly cannot give a committed answer to the level of indebtedness or answer state emphatically these are our debtors. As far as the officers, the officers that are directly responsible, I have the executive director handling them with me.
Monday, make it Monday.
Okay. The issue of
Monday, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock in the morning.
The student expenditure from Naira State from a community station. These community stations are spread nationwide, and they were started in 1999, year 2000. Some of them have never transmitted for a single day. For example, in Kwara State, in addition to NTA local, we have 5 community stations. And by the time I came on board as Director General in mid-2016, I discovered that about 75 to 80% of the community stations were non-operational. Non-operational. And the state capital stations and zonal centers, some of them were barely crawling. And the strength of NTA does not lie in Abuja. The strength of NTA lies in the aggregate strength of all the zonal centers and the state capital stations. If the zonal centers and the state capital stations are operating optimally, there may be no need for these community stations. All we would have needed would have been repeater stations. But in 1999, for whatever reason, there was a mushrooming of community stations. Some of them have never transmitted to date. And nothing is budgeted for them. What is happening now? Members of the National Assembly in whose constituencies these community stations are, and who are concerned, work with us, we provide what we can, and they provide what we can. And we work on these stations. I was in Kwara State, Ilorin, 2 days back, and the government talked to me about this,
DG, please answer those questions.
So that is the issue of community stations. That is the issue of community stations. Then, one distinguished member of this committee asked whether or not we are subsidizing the National Assembly. I did not say we are subsidizing the National Assembly. I mentioned what we do for the National Assembly. What we do as a matter of course for the National Assembly. For example, the coverage, the live coverage of plenary that we do is a matter of course. The National Broadcaster, the National Assembly is an important aspect of this government. So we cover the executive, we must cover the National Assembly. We do live coverage twice a week. That is not subsidization. It is something we must do, how we do it. But there are other things we do for the National Assembly that should be paid for but are not being paid for.
Like what?
For example, there are 2 programs inside the Senate and one other program that the National Assembly pays a private producer to produce, and then they are transmitted on the network service of the NTA. Before I came on board, the arrangement then was for the National Assembly to pay the private producer both for his production and airtime, and he was dealing directly with NTA, paying NTA airtime. But when I came on board as Director General, I discovered that for a year before I came on board, the private producer had not paid NTA one kobo for airtime. So I said no. I said it was better for NTA to be owed by an institution like the National Assembly than to be owed by an individual. I would be more comfortable if the National Assembly owes NTA 10 billion than for an individual to owe NTA 5 million. So I told him I was not going to transmit his programs again until he cleared his debts. So he reported the matter to the chairman, to the then chairman, Senate Committee on Information, and to the chairman, House Committee on Information.
The question.
Sir?
Other questions?
Of all revenue sources of NTA, We are not interested in the total amount. We want to know where those revenue came from. And you have to include all joint venture arrangements that NTA has entered into, not just, what's the name of that organization? It's not just,
StarTime.
It's for 11 years.
There are several programs,
11 years.
independent programs on NTA that we watch, independent production that you give airtime. We want to see those joint ventures broken down one after the other. The second thing is the joint revenue accounts. Joint revenue accounts of NTA, example that the chairman said was not included here today. The final thing here, at current level, the total commercial advertising market in Nigeria as of this year is 79 billion.
How much is NTA's portion?
The total market for television, commercial television in Nigeria, advertising revenue that is projected in Nigeria for this year is 79.3 billion. Now you are saying to us that NTA is doing only 3.3 out of 79. We are interested in what is your share of the advertising market in Nigeria?
The continued existence of our prime television station, the NTA, and I hope that by the time you return to your office, you will be able to put together all answers to these questions that are mind-boggling. And by the time we meet you on Monday, 11 o'clock, we will have an answers to all these questions.